Hey, hi. In this video, I'm just gonna say stretch yourself, man. Stretch yourself, because you never know what you're actually capable of, you know? Um, you never know your full potential unless you stretch yourself. You know what I mean? For an example, one might start going to the gym, picking up some weights. And a year later, with consistency, you look at yourself and you're like, wait. This is me. This is how I used to look. You look at your older pictures, right, or your older, whatever videos, and you're like, wait. This is me, you know. And also, 3 years later, you continue with the consistency, and you just keep growing, man. And you realize, Uguti, you were actually born with that potential to actually grow to that massive being that you've become. You know what I mean? Sometimes sometimes you stretch yourself financially in a sense that you put in so much work that when it pays off you're like, oh wow, I didn't know that I could actually make this amount of money. That's what we call potential, you know being revealed. So um it's important to stretch yourself, man. Stretch yourself. It's scary at some point. Sometimes you don't even want to start because you don't know what to expect. You're scared of starting because you're like, yo, I'm going to need to do and know this and this and this. But I'm telling you, once you get started and you put your mind to stretching yourself and understanding that with stretching your brain and expanding beyond your comfort zone, that is where breakthroughs happen. That is where things start to change for you for the better. So all I'm saying in this video is stretch yourself. Go talk to that person that you're uncomfortable talking to. You'll never know what you can find from them. you know Go make that business deal that you've always been thinking about. Go make that proposal. Start jotting down that spreadsheet that you always wanted to try out. you know um, go for that interview. Hand your CV to that company that you really do not even think they'll hire you. There's one thing about people who search for jobs. There are jobs that are high paying, and there are jobs that are low paying. And a lot of people are here, and a lot of people apply for low paying jobs because they don't think that they can be taken within the high paying jobs. So my challenge to you today is apply for the high paying job because there's few people there. You know what I mean? And when you get there, tell them, I mean, I'm willing to stretch my mind beyond its limits and learn whatever you can teach me and apply and do what I have to. You know? It's a crazy concept, but think about it, man. How many people go out and apply for jobs that are actually very high paying? You know? It's not a lot of people because a lot of people think so small about themselves. People are so scared to stretch themselves. They don't believe that they um what's the word, that they deserve much. So go beyond your limits, man. Go beyond your limits. I was chatting to a friend of mine yesterday, and she was like, hey man, I'm turning 22 and I feel like I'm 18. So I was like to her, so that is caused by feeling like you're behind. You're behind on your dreams, your goals, your achievements. You feel like you're still young, even though when you look at your years, you're like 2 years older than how you actually feel like. That is caused by not doing what you're supposed to do. and not putting in work that you know that you can actually put in, but you're just procrastinating, or lazy to start, or lazy to work on that project or whatever that you've always been putting away. You know, it takes discipline, and it takes telling yourself that I don't want to be scrolling on Instagram or Facebook, you know, or waiting on WhatsApp for for a reply. I'm just gonna switch off my Wi-Fi, and I'm just gonna go to work. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna stretch my capabilities and find out how far I can actually go. So just start that project, man. Whatever that you've been contemplating and been worried about, I'm saying to you, start it. Like, just go for it, man. You never know what may come out of it. Honestly, you'll never know what may come out of it, because then you'll find out, Tuguti, you can actually make it. The word of God says, in the morning, do your job, do your work, and in the afternoon, let not your hand be idle. So don't put your hand to rest in the evening. So what that means is, in the morning, go to your 9 to 5 job, right? Go to work, get your 9 to 5 job, get your work done during the day. And then at night, when you come back, work on your purpose. So write your book, write your music, do that painting that you've been putting away. You know what I mean? Um, so and it also continues to say, because you do not know which one will prosper between the two, you know. So do everything, man. Do them both. Do all three of those projects that you've been thinking about. But with that, you want to have priorities, of course. You want to start with the one that you think is most important, or rather, the one that you see is most important. You want to work on that, and you want to put um, as much effort into getting that checked on the list. You know what I mean? And once it's checked, and then you become happy, and you know that you've put in some work. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. Don't be lazy, guys. And don't be scared to stretch yourself. I mean, what is there to lose, honestly? Because you really like don't have much already. So if you stretch yourself and you stretch your abilities and you stretch and stress your mind, you never know where and how far you can go, you know? And sometimes after you've seen how far you can actually go and what you're capable of, you become so amazed and become so proud. And people are like, how did you do that, bro? And you can tell them, we go to know, I listened to Cheese and he told me to go beyond my comfort zone and to stretch myself and to stress myself. I think that's what school does. I think school puts you under so much pressure that you have to use your brains and you have to stretch your thinking capacity, to a point where you feel like giving up. And after that, you pass. And when you look back, you're like, yo, how did I make it through that? It also happens with gym. When people are building muscle, they have to first stretch and stress their muscle and break and tear their muscles apart, so that when it builds again, it builds with um, more protein and more tissue, and it becomes even bigger and stuff. You know what I mean? It becomes big. Same with the seed. You put a seed in the ground, it has to break itself. It has to fight and climb and, climb up off the ground, and then it only becomes a tree. So we learn from all of these experiences, man. Stretch yourself is what I'm saying to you today. Put yourself beyond the comfort zone. It won't get you anywhere, honestly. Look at the last 5 years. You've been doing what you're doing right now, and the last 5 years have been the same. So try change um this time around. Try and change and put yourself under stress, put yourself under pressure, put yourself under positive work, and see where you can get to. You never know what you can actually achieve by doing that. So that's all I'm saying, man. Stretch yourself is what I'm saying. Stretch yourself. And don't forget to pray, of course, and ask the Lord for strength. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man. Peace. I'm out. But before I leave, just leave a like, subscribe if you haven't, leave a comment. What do you think? What do you think? Do you think stretching yourself is a good thing? Stretching your intellect, is it a good thing or a bad thing? You know, and share this video to someone who might like to see such content on a regular. So yeah, man. Peace.